Okay, in the lychee farm. This is the eastern side, and we'll walk through to the western side. Probably 4 months since we cleaned up here, and areas that are flat enough for me to go, I'll weed, and then as far as I can go up the hill, I'll slash, and we'll do a spray about April, so it's nice and clean when we pick. So of course I'm composting as much as possible. I can't up there, it's too steep, that needs spraying, but much as possible. We used to use 400 litres of spray 2 or 3 times a year. This year we sprayed twice and used 12-20 litre knapsacks, so we've almost what's that, about 240 litres. Next year I'm hoping for only 1 spray just before the wet season, like I said, in April. But that means a bit of weeding and a bit of slashing, but that's okay. That's the way we came in from the creek. Got a few 2-year-old coffee in there. Most of the stuff in here is only 2 years old, so we've already picked it 3 times, so there's not a lot of coffee left here. Most of it's coming up from our other coffee farm, which is about 400 metres up the creek, which we have to walk everything in and out of there. We can't drive there. So July, we see, that's nice coffee. And seen it's already been picked 3 times. That's not a bad tree. Not much left on a lot of them, but some are still doing okay. So I parked the truck. July I pruned and brought down a fair few logs, which I then sold for a carton of beer because I can't use this big stuff, but he's already picked up half of that pile and half of this pile. There's my resting spot. Got my important things there. My water, my smokes, my universal tool, bag to put the coffee in. I'm carrying the pick and bag on me. You can see I've pruned, mulched around the coffee plants and the trees, keep the weeds away from them. And weeds are mostly growing on our walking paths, which I'll weed, and the areas like up there, it's a bit high that I haven't got up to yet, we'll slash then spray. Coffee higher up the hill, which we are, is pretty poor. We're hoping it'll be better next year. But down here, below this line, they're pretty damn good. So maybe a bit closer to the water table. A lot of mulching down in here. They're starting to get a little bit of new growth, which will hopefully set fruit. We always seem to be a little bit later here than the higher paddocks. Nice old trees. We prune twice a year. An unbelievable amount of wood comes out of these 70 odd trees. See, that's reasonable, but still got a lot of green on it. A lot of green on it. Nice little grove up in here. We grow a herbal tea at the right time of the year here. The coffee's growing nicely here. Got some durian plants, trying to see how they go. I'll turn around. This is the end of our patch just here. "400 metres up that way is our other coffee farm, Hidden Valley." I said we walk everything in and out there. Got a few extra coffee plants that we just planted this year. Trying to thicken them up. A little bit too much sun for coffee along here, but we've got a few older ones here. They planted these back in 2018, so they're 3 years old, which is a good time for coffee. We got a lot of coffee out of these few plants here. Not much left on them, but down there's flood area, so we don't grow anything down there. I park my car down in that area sometimes if we're spraying. Coming up here is where we grew our winter sweet corn, snake beans and river greens. Or wet season, I should say. It's winter now. So our summer ones. Got 2 lots of sweet corn and snake beans out of here, but we won't grow any more down here. The rain's finished. You see some of that lighter green, that's the new growth coming in, and where a lot of the fruit will set, but a long way to go yet, I hope. Otherwise we've got a lousy season coming. Here's our moringa trees, just over 2 years old. That's got to be 7 or 8 metres tall, that one, the good one. No fruit out of them yet, but I'll be getting some seeds and planting more of them around. They grow that quick, they're great for shade. We'll keep going on that road up there. We go to our tea farm. We'll visit that shortly because we've got that's ready to go too. Around we go, bottom road. And here we are, we've done a full circle. Time for me to start picking. Up to about lunchtime anyhow. I'll take those 2 bags plus probably the half a bag I get here, if there's enough coffee to do that. Up to be prepared for processing. Well, I'll talk to you later.